What I can say is greed, selfishness, and hatred. These are the major reasons why we are still where we are.
Leadership is not rocket science, neither is politics. It is supposed to be a humane instrument designed to guide the people. It is supposed to be an instrument to serve the people. That is why democracy was created, to be the guiding light, to be the compass in the act of leadership. And democracy is touted as the best form of leadership or governance. Hence, it derives its power from the people. That is why leadership is described as the government of the people, for the people, and by the people. Politics, on the other hand, is a journey in leadership. Politics should be empathic. Politics should be humble. Politics should be meaningful to society. Politicians should strive for legacy. Politicians should strive for the heart of the people. But when men like Bola Tinubu and Nyesom Wike redefine it, when they redefine the beautiful craft and turn it into a system of oppression, starvation, and degradation, it leaves a lot to be desired. As the battle for the soul of Rivers State continues, where two tents are pitched amongst friends, colleagues, and brothers and sisters, we ask the big question: how did we get here? How did Rivers State get to a point where a governor is threatened with impeachment every now and again for reasons that are at the best nondescript? Well, while many of us may not have the answers, we have those in the custodian of truth that can help us or guide us in answering the question, this big question: how did we get here? Let's watch this interview.
Rivers State was taken aback for 6 months with the suspension of the governor and the legislative house, and the sole administrator was appointed. There was serious backwardness in the state. But on their resumption, their first comment was a command. That's what Assembly was commanding the governor. That signaled the fact that the so-called peace was not genuine. And the tone of their command shows hatred. The tone of their command shows arrogancy. The tone of their command shows disrespect to the governor. Some of us advised them that that is not the way to go. For instance, they were asking for the governor to submit a budget immediately. The governor is the head of the state. And don't forget, in line with Section 11(4) of the 1999 Constitution as amended, the National Assembly passed a budget for the state sometime in June. And appropriation is within a year. And so if an appropriation has been passed into law by the National Assembly in line with that Section 11(4), then the governor cannot override that. Neither can the House of Assembly override it. There were also other appointments that were not properly done. Even the local government election did not follow the law. But the governor, in the interest of peace and reconciliation, closed his eyes on those irregularities. All the appointments, the board appointments and other things that were made, the governor can as well say, I don't want it. He has the power. But he did not bother. You did the election without the governor, the governor did not bother. You took all the local government chairman to yourself, gave yourself all the appointments, and the governor did not ask questions. That is not enough. You want him to present a budget. You want him to present list of commissioners. He's the governor. He knows when to submit a list of commissioners. He knows how many commissioners he wants to work with. You cannot compel him. But that was the beginning of this crisis, and the governor was able to contain it, was able to say, let peace reign. But because the governor is so silent, but because the governor is not willing to fight back, because the governor does not like problem, they capitalize on that and try to exhibit their greed. The FCT minister, who is supposed to be the father of both the assembly members and the governor, took sides with assembly members, and today you are going round campaigning local government by local government as if there is election coming. You are also exposing Mr. President to ridicule by letting the world know that Mr. President does not obey the law. But the Electoral Act is very clear as to when you should start campaign and when not to start campaign. But you believe you are in the federal government, you believe in the judiciary is in their hand, and so you can just do anything you like. So these are the issues you have already decided who should become the next governor, who should not become the next governor.
Okay, sir.
So these are the beginning of this crisis that I think all this amount to greed and foolish pride. I think it is not too late. We can still resolve it if the FCT minister wants to resolve it. You are accusing a man of not presenting appropriation to you. This man was willing to present his budget to you, you locked him out. You escalated crisis. You don't want him to come and present budget. You locked their doors and said you're on recess. Along the line, Mr. President put the armor, rightly or wrongly, and that brought Mr. President into ridicule. The whole world shouted at Mr. President as anti-democratic for suspending an elected governor. It brought a uproar everywhere. And Mr. President asked the National Assembly to exercise their powers under Section 11(4). And they did that. They did that by confirming certain appointments. They did that by passing the appropriation law. And you are asking Mr. Governor to present another appropriation law. Can there be two appropriation laws for a state? That is one. Two, you are accusing this man for destroying the House of Assembly. The House of Assembly is already built, and the Supreme Court made the judgment, wrongly or rightly, but event has overtaken it. The law says he cannot punish a man twice. For all those allegations they have made, the governor has punished the governor by suspending him for 6 months. So, in law, he has already served those terms, those punishment for those things you're accusing him of. And the governor says, go and reconcile. You met, you have reconciled, and you said there's an agreement. I challenge the House of Assembly, I challenge Nyesom Wike to publish that agreement they had. The agreement they felt the governor is not keeping, let them publish it. Let the Rivers people know the agreement where the governor erred. You cannot keep this agreement secret from Rivers people and say there's an agreement. What type of agreement? Is the agreement in line with the 1999 Constitution? Is the agreement in the interest of the state? Or is that is an individual greedy agreement? We want to know that agreement. Until we know that agreement, and we don't think you have any issue with that agreement, because we don't know what you're talking about. You are speaking Greek to us by saying you have an agreement that nobody can see. Governor sits on the public office. It sits for everybody. Every Rivers man represents every Rivers man. And so whatever agreement is going into, Rivers people should know. Until we know that, whatever agreement you have is null and void. That is that aspect. For the other issue of we want to impeach, I want to tell them, if I am out my way, I will tell them to continue. But the law says, the moment impeachment fails once, you cannot use that impeachment again. There are processes of impeachment, and they don't have the overall say on impeachment. So let us try those processes and see if they can succeed with impeachment. And when they fail, the law says that is the end in the tenure, you cannot do it. But because everybody says peace, 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 it gets into their head and they think they have a reason or they have a weapon they can use to threaten the governor. Why must you threaten the governor? What is your business threatening the governor? You were elected by a constituency to attract development. You were given 350 million recently. You were given SVU cars. Did you give it to your constituency? Have you carried the constituency project? You have not explained all this to your constituency. You are going to share 12 kg, 12.5 kg rice to people. I will advise Rivers people to continue to take those rice and even ask for more money. Because it's our loot. If they gave you 350 million to do constituency project, you decide to use it to buy rice. Is that our business? So they cannot succeed without the impeachment. The High Court has given a judgment. Let them flout the judgment. We have seen several impeachments in the country that we are declared null and void. Amawule is interested in becoming governor by all means, either by hook or by crook. Rivers people did not vote Amawule to become governor. If they have a way to kill him, they will kill him. Because they are desperate. They are desperate to kill Ngozi. What has she done that you are accusing her because she refused to cooperate with you to do what you want to do? So what they are doing is wrong. And Rivers people are saying it. But they are lucky. They are very lucky because the governor is a peaceful governor. The governor did not even want anybody to reply them. The governor did not want anybody to speak. And that is why they're having a field day. But must we allow them to have a field day? We cannot allow them to have a field day. Are they the best in propaganda? They are not the best in propaganda. Nigerians are watching. Nigerians are seeing. The truth must be told. You are a minister, you are working as if you are the president. You are a subject of the president. And these are not your mandate by the president. You have to be minister of FCTA. What concerns you with Rivers State? You want Rivers money. You want to contest against Mr. President. So you are trying to accumulate money to fight Mr. President. Is that the issue? You have destroyed PDP. You chased this man to APC. You want to destroy APC. What kind of money you have so you can bring up your party? Nigerians are watching.
Okay, talking about the FCT minister here, what will you say is the FCT minister involvement in this latest action?
Well, the assembly members are loyal to him, and he has been having meetings with them. He has been going around the local government with them. He has been the one campaigning that he wants to bring another governor. That same will not go. The same man, after the reconciliation, came out to say there was something like same is not going second tenure. He said same will go second tenure. Then all of a sudden you changed to say same cannot go second tenure, and you want to bring somebody else from somewhere. Are you the father of River State? Are you the owner of River State? Rivers people would decide whom they want as their governor. Even if you have somebody in mind, why not wait? Why all this propaganda? Why all this noise? Why all this threat? You are doing all this because you saw a man, a quiet man, who does not talk, who does not want anybody to be involved, who does not want to be defended. So you felt Rivers people are quiet. Rivers people are quiet because of the body language of the governor. We don't want to do something that they will say, oh, it's because we reacted. That is why we have another emergency room. We don't want all that. But that does not mean that you can insult the symbol of the state, on daily basis. First, you have job as a minister, and let everybody be happy that yes, our son is a minister. When Gumi was attacking him, we came out to defend him. But the way it's going about is quite wrong. I don't think Mr. President gave him that mandate. But if the Mr. President gives him that mandate, then it means Mr. President is ready to soil his name.
Fine, you talk about the president either giving the mandate, because I believe the former governor, do you think is acting independently on the issue of about the crisis in River State, or following instruction of Mr. President ahead of the election?
You see, in the first situation was the same was the PDP. It was sponsor PDP against Mr. President the election. Today, same is in APC. So he will not sponsor another party. He came up with insinuations that, oh, same asked Odo to go to ADC. Odo is in APC. So, what grounds will Mr. President have against SIM? Mr. President approved SIM going to APC. We all saw them when they met and the declaration was made. Even though SIM did not consult major stakeholders or the state to say, I'm going to APC, so. But on a serious note, if SIM was still be in PDP, the matter would have been worse than this. And so, Mr. President, I doubt if Mr. President is behind what Wike is doing. You can see the reaction of the APC as a party towards the actions of Nyesom Wike. And I think when Mr. President returns, there will be a lot of discussions. Mr. President cannot allow this because he will not allow his name to be ridiculed anymore. And he needs to be decisive on this matter. Because we're talking about election. It's the people that will decide. You cannot just come and bully all of us. You have used Mr. President's name, you brought military jet, you brought naval boat, you brought the soldiers, you brought other people to visit a community, a small community. Just to ferment problem. And you are threatening everybody in the country because Mr. President want to go second or no. And people are falling in place. So what's still their problem? PDP have destroyed. The next thing you want to do is to destroy APC because SIM is in APC. What kind of a character is that? Remember, whatever we do, we have a legacy to keep. If we do something that is bad in our life, history will judge us. Whatever we do is history, and history will judge us. People will remember for what we have done. So if you are doing something and you don't remember that as the legacy, the judgment will come one day. Let me also make this sound this warning. There are those in power and they feel power is forever. Power is transient. Look at Malami a few years ago. How powerful is he? Today, his son is in prison. His wife is in prison. Himself is in prison awaiting trial. For how many months? That's Malami of all the power. We also saw what happened to Sambo. We saw governors that were jailed. We saw presidents that were jailed in this country. So when you have little power, you don't use it to oppress people because tomorrow you don't know. Tomorrow is pregnant and you will not be on this seat forever.
You've seen it for yourself. You've heard it for yourself from the horse's mouth. Because when we mentioned earlier that in our last contents, our last videos, that it's all about money, it's all about greed. It's all about a vaulting ambition of one man who feels that he is bigger and better and greater than the rest of the population. We were not lying. When we made videos trying to expose the excesses of Nyesom Wike when we made videos that exposed the excesses of Nyesom Wike, it was purely for the benefit of good governance. That was why those videos are made, and that is why this video is made as well. So that the public, particularly those who may not understand or truly be able to define what's going on, we believe that this has helped you to understand that the problem in Rivers State is not even political. It was engineered through selfishness, greediness, criminality, and other unsavory decisions that were made. But the big question after all this would be, what happens if and when the impeachment fails? What then happens? Where would Nyesom Wike and his gang of assembly terrorists go to? 2027 is around the corner, and time is running out on them. Hence, whatever you're seeing. The next big question is for Nyesom Wike himself. Where does he go from here? Where does he go from here? He has very few friends left. He has almost no valuable friend left. He seemed to be pitching his tent against the president that he is seemingly trying to make us understand is campaigning for. If the president has shut him out or locked him out and abandoned him on a lonely stool of the minister of the FCT, on a vicarious stool where he feels left alone, where would Nyesom Wike's next best choice come from? Will this mean the end of his political career? Or would he be able to reinvent himself again? But then, in what form and in what way? Who will be there to lend a helping hand? There are lots and lots of lessons to be learned from what is going on. And what would be his best options? Let us hear what you think. Let's converse. You know, the truth doesn't hide. You've heard the truth, and you, as a citizen of a country and a right-thinking person, you know the truth from lies. Guys, let's converse, let's discuss this, because Rivers State deserves much better than they're getting. What do you think? God bless you.